Hey guys, what's up? This is Rabbit. I'm bringing you another scrim between Lzuruha Gaming, and this time it's going to be LC, which is actually LeagueCraft. So if you've ever checked out their guides and their website, that's pretty awesome. Also, Lzuruha Gaming's website is LzH.net, so I'll put links to both of those down below. And right now, really aggressive. Both teams just running straight mid. I think we might be catching up. I know the FPS for Obzing is really high initially. But yeah, kind of doing the same sort of like switch around. I'll go over the teams in a second, but right now we just have jungle positioning. Top is LeagueCraft, bottom is going to be Lzuruha, and the 5-man with Leona leading the way. She probably did get stunned first. Let's go ahead and check that. Actually, no, she got her Zenith Blade first, so I don't know about that. I guess they're going to rely on them. Excuse me, the TF for the stun. He does have his gold card locked when they went into that bush that is going to lapse. But he will be able to keep it there for a while, but they're just backing off, guarding their own buffs. And yeah, Zenith Blade checks, does not find anything. I guess that's good for jungle invades because it will check things out in bushes, kind of like a Lee Sin Q or something like that. Anyways, to go over the team comps, we do have DeJester playing Tristana this time around, so he likes that long range, but this time it was really to counter the supposed kill lane bot. Anytime you see Leona, Leona's very offensive support, so you really want to use her CC to get kills early. Are we going to see them? Yeah. Double Golems are going to be invaded on. We're going to have our first confrontation down here between paroL, who does not pick it up. The Q black bars the minion. LOL. Yeah, so 2 HP wins. Yeah, so not able to steal the big golem. That would have been a major advantage for bot lane, getting that extra 50 gold, extra experience, because I think experience does go to the guy that kills it. But anyways, yeah, kill lane bot, they wanted something really mobile, so DeJester went ahead and picked up Tristana. Didn't get cleansed, but we went ahead and brought Flash, so she's going to be able to get out of any sticky situation. Does have the heals from Ted Stickles, who I believe incorrectly identified as a sub the last game. I believe it's the jungler that's subbing. So unsuccessful gank mid is unsuccessful. Telandra going a mid Pantheon, which I do think is really significant because Pantheon kind of dunks on TF a little bit. TF clears waves, but Pantheon can last it under turret really well. Bot lane looks like equal amounts of harass. BloodWater not quite able to pick up any sort of harassment quite yet. I'm not sure why Ted Stickles went in. And Cakey busts out the gank, goes in through the bot, jumps onto BloodWater. The cleanse coming out from Ezreal to get that ignite off. The crit not good enough. Actually, that was not a crit. If it had crit, then paroL would be in a lot more trouble. Wow, yeah, so Cakey definitely glad he was there, able to keep DeJester and Ted Stickles safe. But bot lane, we do have Hacker up there. Actually, Hacker lols. Anyways, yeah, so LeagueCraft's Hacker, I'm just going to call him Hacker version 2, because that makes it sound more awesome. Mid lane, TF's just checking, maybe makes, wanting to make Telandra think he warded, but no wards in the inventory. It's going to make things a little bit hard to do that way. Just trying to keep an eye out on things happening around the map. We do see, yeah, DeJester poking a whole lot. Look at that harass just onto BloodWater. Does not want to get initiated on under turret. He's just kind of trying to bait him out, but without the positioning from Lzuruha's jungler, that's going to make it a little bit more difficult. Yeah, initially they were thinking, hey, you know, they might go, or LeagueCraft might go some sort of global AoE thing, like they have the Nocturne, they have the Twisted Fate. So what they did to counter that was they picked Cakey up here on Gangplank for the global, as well as a Pantheon. So with the range nerf on Kramer 121 and Telandra's ults, they both are comparable now. Totally thought that range nerf was going to be for something big like, you know, Magma Chamber. But no! We get to minion. But as butthurt as we all are about that, we just they did pick comparable global teams that are going to make it a lot easier for mid to counter any sort of TF teleportation. So Telandra is poked up there. Hacker jumps in there. We do have the flash stun from Kramer, but the stun not long enough, and Telandra just walks back into turret range. GP was standing by, went ahead and picked up the blue, as Pantheon not really the most blue intensive champion. I mean, if you spam like really hard on your Q, maybe, but more significantly, top lane Slush, who did go AP mid last game as Cassiopeia, going top lane now as Kennen. I believe Kennen kind of dunks on Cho, the fear going off onto Telandra, but he did get the stun off first, so that gank was really unsuccessful. And Hacker really camping mid almost, as bot lane has really just been a farm fest. If we go ahead and check out the farm, we do see 31 for DeJester and 33 for Ezreal, so staying really even. And Cakey coming in with his own gank, the slow from DFG. Actually, no, it's GSB. Man, those acronyms, OP. It's the caster's curse. Inevitably, you'll be casting somebody named SlushSuShi, which you'll have to say many times in rapid succession. So, see what I did there. Anyways, bot lane, more of a sustain lane for DeJester. Just wants to farm up, get his passive up to high levels for that max range Tristana, which is so good late game. Mid looks like, yeah, Telandra is having a much easier time. Mid 38 farm for TF, 39 just jumping up there for Telandra, and he should probably push that lane out. They're pinging Dragon, no wards there for either team, no Dragon attempts either. But bot lane just go ahead and recalling, looks like double Dorans for Tristana, whereas on Ezreal we see full health, full mana, and hasn't gone back yet, so that's pretty impressive. Just hanging back, poking. And yet, right now, not a whole lot going on in either lane. If we want to check out, things that are significant, we do see that Sona is 3 times as bad as Leona. Leona picking up a whole lot of nothing. Ted Stickles zoning out BloodWater, and right now they do have positioning on BloodWater, zones that, but it's going to have to back off. Are they going to let her back into lane? Yeah, it looks like they just will go ahead and back off. Nocturne positioning here onto Telandra, gets the fear off, but Telandra with enough positioning because TF keeps pushing this lane, making it basically impossible to gank. And so Telandra with the block up, does not block cards, but does block that 100 damage auto attack from Twisted Fate. Pings off there, and there's no jungler in those bushes. Lzuruha can't check that because they do have excellent ward coverage. Hacker coming in there, getting blue, gonna go ahead and pick up red as well. Wanted some experience from DrTrevor? Not sure, but yeah, DrTrevor running that top lane. And I went ahead and checked out Elos ahead of time. It does seem that LeagueCraft should have some sort of an advantage, but right now if we go ahead and check out the gold, 200 gold advantage for Lzuruha right now, and I don't know, we'll see where the first big play does come from. Lzuruha does have better warding on Dragon, so they could try to position that. They don't know if that's counter warded quite yet. Sorry, I will get over these yawnings. Yeah, so a Hacker trying to get a successful gank top lane, and he's going to push Slush mid. Pantheon's going to come up to try to escort Kennen to safety, but will that be enough? Yeah, it does look like Hacker is not going to chase that, and that does push Slush out of top lane, so Cho'Gath's just going to farm that lane into the turret, and then finally get a chance to go back. Is running double GP5s. Bot lane, the double ults do go off. The perfect Pantheon jump gets the kill, but oh no, Sona goes down to a random TF card. And that is going to be 1 for 1, but they are still poking in there. Is Telandra going to go down? No, Slush TP's in. Oh my goodness. Does not TP, just runs in there. Gets the double kill. Dang, son, that turned out really nicely. Are they going to catch Nocturne out of position? Hacker is just going to try to zone Dragon, but he's only one man. Against the one-man army of Slush, who just runs in there and does the dirty work. So yeah, that was definitely Slush pulling out the clutch win. Pantheon was hella low there. They are actually going to back off from Hacker's pressure. They do know he does have Smite, but I'm not sure. Like, I really feel like they could pressure that. They're going to let Slush go back on top of that ward. Hacker could have canceled that with the Q, but meanwhile, In other news, double GP5 is running on DrTrevor, and he's going to take down that top turret. Kennen, yeah, it was worth it going bot to get that double kill. I'm not sure why Trevor doesn't just leave that turret up to take care of that CS. Yeah, he does leave it and let the minions finish it off. They're pinging Dragon once again. That is the ping going off there for LeagueCraft. And yeah, they are going to position for it. They can do it so fast with the Leona Qs, but they are going to just try to check for wards. I'm not sure what the timing is left on that ward, as it does not render here in spectator mode. Maybe they're going to fix that. Not too sure about that. But Lzuruha pulling up into a good formation. The ward going to go off there, and they will see that. Pantheon will see the ward in the bush, so they do know it's warded. Did not get an auto attack on that, but he did go in there before the ward did stealth. So they're rewarding Dragon. Making sure that they have positioning on that. Kennen comes down from top lane. Now that his turret's gone, he's going to have a lot more ability to roam. And same is true for Cho'Gath. They do go ahead and bounce up Telandra, but he is in the middle of the team. TF locking that gold card. Locks it onto Ted Stickles. The ult in from Nocturne. Ted Stickles hella low. Gets the ult off LzH DeJester. Pops Nocturne immediately. BloodWater does kill SlushSuShi though, or Slush rather. And DrTrevor pushing out all the kids. Is he going to get the noms off on Ted? Ted gets the noms, gets the ignite. Is he going to go down? Yes, the last tick of ignite. Picks up the kill for DrTrevor, and that was some epic timing, but is Cakey going to go down here? Yes! Patrol picks up the kill with an epic Q shot, so 1k gold difference, 4-4 right now, but LeagueCraft in much better positioning for this Dragon. BloodWater is going to start it off with the Leona procs, and that's going to allow them to take it down so fast. Nocturne is not there for the Wriggles and the Smites, so they could have gotten that via Smite. That's why they are pulling it out away from any Flash Smites over the back. But yeah, that's a Dragon there for LeagueCraft, pulling the gold difference up to about 2k. So kills are even, so as far as player scores are concerned, we see things focused on Kennen. He did get that epic double kill bot, but much more spread out for LeagueCraft, picking up 1 kill on that Leona, but a kill also on Sona for Lzuruha. So things are really a lot more even than they would see. The fear goes off onto Slush. He is going to be forced to break that, pulls out, and some positioning here from Kramer. He did try to steal the blue buff, but to no avail. They pinged Telandra going back bot because they do have good ward positioning. And one of the last games we saw the opposing team pink ward right around here, which would be right around here equivalently. So if Lzuruha go ahead and pick up on that strat, they're going to be able to, well, they would have countered that ward. The poke just coming out from TF, and his poke is starting to overpower Pantheon. So we're going to see if that can make any sort of difference mid. If we go ahead and check out the farm, we have 80 to 93, so bot lane going in favor of DeJester. He does know that matchup really, really well. Well, as far as, you know, playing bot lane. So that goes really well. Once he scales with his attack range, that'll make the poke from Ezreal a little bit less significant. Slush pushed way up into his lane, getting some auto attacks off on the turn, bringing down to about 3/4 health. But meanwhile, mid-turret gets under siege by Kramer. Cakey's going to go exert some pressure in there. Slush exerting some pressure onto DrTrevor top lane. I apologize. Once again, GSTL on far too late at night for people who live in America. The ult goes off, clearing the wave, and paroL just wants to push that wave as far as he possibly can. Maybe they're positioning for gank. No, Nocturne is way out of positioning. He may just be pushing out so that they can go ahead and go back. Yeah, Nocturne goes ahead, ults in mid lane on Telandra. Telandra flashes out. There is no fear quite yet. The ult from TF going on. The global protecting Telandra as much as possible. The ignite, the burst, the jump onto Kramer. The AD not enough. Bot lane coming up there. Do get slowed down by Leona. Hacker jumps onto Ted Stickles. The ult coming off the GSB, knocking onto Hacker. Is he going to go down? No, the heals aren't good enough, but Cakey picks up the kill. The jumping onto BloodWater by DeJester. Tons of CC, but Cakey picks up the kill onto Trevor and DeJester, and Cakey gonna get out with, no, my goodness, he's so low. Is he gonna get out yet? Stickles blocking all of the Ezreal spam, and gonna allow so many people to get out so low. Ted Stickles gets dived on under turret, but that is Leona. She does have hella armor with that shield up, and that is going to protect her from that turret. As the second tower goes down from LeagueCraft, or for LeagueCraft rather, Ezreal going to pick up the big wraith around the wall, goes around, pick up the small ones. And right now we see a lot of the gold per 5 really chugging along on Cho'Gath, giving him so much gold. Already with 70 CS versus the or 90 CS versus the 104. So Sushi, or Slush rather, left free farm top lane, picks up that that turret. So top lane's about even, and one more kill for Lzuruha. So I'm thinking their mid has more assists than anything, and so Pantheon is really going to try to transition to more of like that that tanky CC bot kind of assassin character. Not quite the old school Pantheon, if any of you guys remember that. Had hella fun playing OP Pantheon, basically 1v1 in anyone in the game. You know, 3-second stun. Gone are the days. Gone are the days. So anyways, yeah, DeJester picking up those last hits with the splash damage from Tristana. Oh my goodness, dodges the Ezreal skill shots, and if you can do that, that's going to cause you to win that lane really hard, which it does look like it's going into DeJester's favor, but we'll see how things play out during the course of this game. They're pinging the bushes bot, going to go ahead and get in position here for Dragon. Checking out the builds real fast. We have the WOTA complete on Kennen, so one of his probably the most core item. Almost a hat on TF. TF kind of rush hats to get as much burst on their poke as possible to give them that insane, crazy lane dominance. But yeah, LeagueCraft forcing them off of the red positioning, and yeah, they're going to go ahead and pull out of this jungle. There's a ward there spotting absolutely everything. No oracles from LeagueCraft, so right now, DeJester does, or Lzuruha does have really good positioning. Oh my goodness, they blow all of their AoEs on that bush. Nothing happens except for all of the team members from Lzuruha getting so low. And right now, BloodWater kills DeJester. And oh my goodness, they're going in onto Ted Stickles, but no. Looks like Sushi is going to go down. TF does fall, but so does Sushi, Gangplank, DeJester, and Telandra, and that's going to be bot turret as well for LeagueCraft, so that was really bad timing. LeagueCraft got out of that bush just in the nick of time. All the AoE ults go onto that warded bush. Not sure why they did that. They didn't have that ward in the bush, but with none of the ults there, that left Kennen with the only form of reliable AoE. They're pinging to go on to Dragon. Dragon is, however, not there. And so right now a 5k gold difference. The GP5 is making up a lot of that difference. As they either have 1, 2, 3 for LeagueCraft. Actually, no, they have 1, 2, 3, 4 for LeagueCraft. So that is going to make a huge difference in as far as the gold gain is concerned. And right now, Slush coming in there in mid lane, stealing the farms from Telandra, who really needs to kind of step up his game. He is 0-2 and 5 right now with 86 CS, 87 there. So he's not really going to be that really big, hard mid carry. They're pinking Baron right now. No wards there quite yet. And if I could be critical of something from LeagueCraft, it would be their warding game. They do have double wards here. I'm not sure if that's the most significant. You could kind of just put, you know, one in between there. They're pinging on the blue, going to probably go ahead and give that to either Kennen for cooldowns or just pick it up with the GP. But Kramer is pushing in on there, going to allow his team to zone up in the jungle if they so choose. But it looks like they're just going to go ahead and go back to their lane compositions. Although we do see a lot more pressure from Hacker trying to push this lane a little bit more. Ping's going off by LeagueCraft. They ping the TF, or they ping for that TF probably to get out of there. Trevor going to go down and probably ward your Baron. It's a good thing there's not a yawn counter for this commentary, otherwise it'd be I don't know, kind of looking like these gold counts up by 6k right now. For LeagueCraft, and not a whole lot otherwise, just go ahead and jockeying for position. We see a lot of random items on Leona, building a whole lot of nothing, but Telandra gets caught out of position, flashes before Nocturne can get the fear. The ult from GP just zoning out LeagueCraft's entire team basically, so much more of a defensive ult. And sure that was defensive, but now that they do have the advantage, the ward should reveal the ward. Oh my goodness! The rupture missing. Wow, I got way too hyped over that. But LeagueCraft jumping in through the jungle. They do have a really tanky Trevor. DrTrevor, my bad. If you're going to go ahead and put all that effort into a degree, you might as well get it right. So they did force Pantheon back. He is back at the full health, however. Or almost full health. And it's just going to be 5v5 poke wars mid. I believe, yeah, LeagueCraft definitely has the better poke, and this is why you run poke comms, so you can sit at turret and zone them out. Ezreal poke, TF poke, and that's really good. They thought they were going for a global strat, but really it looks like more of the poke part of that composition favoring LeagueCraft right about now as they do siege this mid turret. Things are kind of at a stalemate. You do have the WOTA from Kennen allowing him to sustain quite heavily if he does manage to hit any of his Qs. Minions coming back in here, and we could see this play here right now, unless they do decide to go ahead and back out. Yeah, here comes the jump from Pantheon. They do see it go in. Kennen jumps in, but not a whole lot of hitting from the Kennen ult. Ezreal goes ahead and focuses Ted Stickles. Not sure how good that is, but Trevor gets the nom. DrTrevor, that is, showing why he went to school. Ted Stickles is going to go down to the Cho'Gath who flashes in. Cakey D goes ahead and flashes back through the turret. paroL is in there taking mad turret shots. DrTrevor's taking a few too many himself. And that is going to be, oh my goodness, 4-0. Lots of low health, but that turret's going down mid. And this is going to be LeagueCraft pushing in really solidly. Probably going to get the next turret at least. DeJester is up, but I'm not sure how much damage he is going to be able to put on these guys. No dissuasion at all. They're just going to press on right onto the inhibitor. They have 2 seconds before anyone else spawns. Alright, 3 members for LzH Gaming are up. They're going to push in mid, but they're going to get... But LeagueCraft is going to pick up that inhibitor and just go ahead and back out. And we'll probably see them position for Baron after they go ahead and buy. LzH could actually catch them out of position right now. No, they stop Ezreal from going back. Ward that brush. Just to make sure that never happens again, as they could have cotton. Yeah, that's a word. And not something I have ever picked before. Just clearing that up. Kramer really low. But is going to make it out of there. Guarded by paroL, who does is wearing that blue buff. But right now, LzH, finding them out of position, they were like, hey, these guys are going to go back to their base and buy. They don't really suspect it at all either. If we toggle Fog of War, yeah, actually that was not what I wanted to do. Are we going to see a Leona ult steal here? Oh my goodness, the Ezreal ult comes out. Are they going to try to finish it? It's so low. Are they going to... No, this is horrible positioning for LzH. They could not kill it fast enough. DeJester goes down instantaneously. Cakey D in horrible positioning. He gets picked up. That's 3 members down as Telandra went down there as well. The TF ult trying to scout them out. Are they going to go in onto Kennen? His ult is back up again. Kramer actually going to get picked off there after the TP. So SlushSuShi saying, chill out, dog. I got this. Dodges the Leona ulti. That's what I was going for. And, yeah, it's 8-16. I think we're up to, like, 60 of those yawns so far. Anyways, paroL picks up the red, leaves 1 Wraith. Actually, no, that's a ward he left there. Scumbag Ezreal takes red, leaves ward. Take nothing but reds, leave nothing but wards. It's like nature preservation is a mysticism here. Yeah, I made that up myself. In the absence of anything else happening on the map right now, I'm forced to come up with terrible means of occupying my time. Like saying things I'll regret eventually. Alright, let's take that down a little bit more. Ted Stickles wearing the Baron buff. It should be significant to note that they did steal the Baron. Actually, it was more of a, hey, we did 90% of the damage, we deserve this by now. But Ted Stickles is going to be the only member of Lzruha wearing that. The card poke is good. They do have a ward on Dragon. They're going to pull that out intentionally or not. Leona is going to be allowed to initiate on them, but she goes down way too low, way too fast. DeJester's pulling back. He is having excellent positioning on Trevor, but he does get jumped on by the TF, by the Nocturne, flashes out, jumps out, and he is going to get out of there, but that is going to take Nocturne out of the fight. Cakey D getting burst down. Is he going to survive? No. Cakey drops instantaneously. The Nocturne ult. Is he going to kill DeJester? Yeah, DeJester does go ahead and get picked up. Tries for the ult. The ult is not good enough. Oh my goodness. Ted Stickles flashes away, or was probably going to get out of there, but has to avoid the TF flash. Not good enough, and this is probably going to be the game as all 5 members, actually 4 members, Leona did get popped there initially, but they blew all their damage on the tank and then allowed LeagueCraft to tank everything that they had to offer. So LeagueCraft's going to roll in here, pick up the win, and GG's coming out from both teams. So yeah, guys, we will see them troll massively around this turret, or around the Nexus. 5-vote surrender goes off. Are we going to get double explode? No. But yeah, GG. Thanks for watching, guys. Go ahead and check out LeagueCraft and Lzruha Gaming. I'll put the links to their respective sites down below in the description. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.